Hey everyone, Tony Dragon here. Today I'm reacting to DBX. Again, Trunks versus Silver. 1 Minute Melee did this earlier, and I still have to question it. Like, what is going on this is like, I believe maybe the third or fourth time that they've shared similar characters fighting each other, and I know maybe they're just running, short on characters to choose from certain shows, games, anime, and it's just now it's becoming more common that they have the same characters fighting each other, but it's way too much of a coincidence for me. I look at this and I think they have to just be getting ideas from whatever other matches have been going around online. But either way, Trunks versus Silver. 1 Minute Melee. I didn't know much about Silver, but I did feel as though it was unfair because it was Dragon Ball Z versus Sonic the Hedgehog. After I did more research, I saw that Silver was much more powerful than I gave him credit for. Especially if he went Super Silver, which he technically can do that, even though I myself have never actually seen him do so. And not only that, but even without super form, his basic telekinetic powers are really impressive, and I felt like 1 Minute Melee did not display that properly. Trunks himself is also quite the powerhouse. So I still say maybe Silver wouldn't have won, but he should have put up a much better fight. DBX is technically not timed, but it's still a rather short video, 2 minutes long. So I'm assuming that it might once again be one-sided, and Trunks will win against Silver quite easily, and Silver won't have a chance to show off, just how powerful he is. So yeah, my money is on Trunks because there does seem to be, it does seem to be the more common ending that anyone can probably surmise about this matchup. So yeah, I wonder if it's gonna be. It might be 3D though. It might be 3D. I don't know, or it could be pixel. It could be 8-bit or 16-bit, depending on which one they go for. Which might open its way up to like actual good animation during the fight. Because 3D, for DBX, it's still a whiles away before it reaches good levels of 3D action. Because the last 3D ones haven't been too great. Although the less detailed ones, I believe the last one I can remember was the Colonel Sanders versus Ronald McDonald. That one was actually really good, and I feel was much more well animated because they didn't go 3D. It lessened the detail in order to allow for more movement. So I am hoping for that because Trunks and Silver are both very quick, very fast, and very potent fighters. So I think they should take advantage of that. So let's start the video. 3, 2, 1. Alright. Yeah, apocalyptic futures. That's the similarity I can take from it. See, Silver's already been... Okay, he's going Super Silver. Alright, so you're gonna go full force from the beginning. Alright.
Here we go!
Oof. Yeah, Silver himself is not actually that fast. He's only fast because of his telekinesis, but he needs to actually be able to react fast enough in order for him to get moving. Yeah, Trunks are not gonna escape it. Ooh. Oh, nice. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, the finish buster. Mmm. Alright.
The DBX playlist. What's better than a ninja fighting a wizard when they're both ladies? Keep watching.
Yeah, so, yeah, Trunks won again. But it did seem like Silver did put much more of a fight than 1 Minute Melee. 1 Minute Melee didn't even let him go super. This one, they went super from the beginning, although I say that it was kind of expected since already at the very start, he was already injured, you know. But super form does heal you, does put you back, you know, not just at peak physical health, but also goes beyond, because why else would it be called super? Um, Although it seemed like they weren't taking advantage of his telekinesis, because I do know, reading up on Silver, he's able to do a lot more with telekinesis. He's able to lift a lot more with his telekinesis. All he did here was like throw a couple cars, and it looked like he was just controlling a bunch of sharp rocks. At least I think they looked like rocks. I mean, they were kind of brownish green, but who knows what they actually were. I would probably have to go back and, you know, really look hard to see if I can tell what that was. And just having them, like, you know, flung at Trunks. And it looked like they didn't hurt that much, because both Trunks and Silver were able to just block it. Like, yeah, it probably stung, but like they weren't sharp enough, I guess, to like pierce through their skin or muscle. So maybe it was mostly just to, you know, build up like some damage, and then kind of, you know, take advantage of that for the final move. But yeah, Silver himself is not that fast. His speed comes from his telekinesis, but that means his reaction has to be as fast in order for him to perform the right movement, in order to defend himself or to attack the right manner. Uh, I would assume, yeah, Sonic and Shadow both have much quicker reaction times, which is why they were able to take down Silver easily, and when Silver was first introduced. So yeah, it makes sense that he wouldn't be able to act in time against some of Trunks' movements, because Trunks is able to move much faster and without the use of telekinesis. So yeah, I mean, it was a good fight, and I'm glad they used 16-bit. I think that's 16 or 32-bit. It For honestly, I don't. I mean, I can tell when it's more detailed than 8-bit or 16-bit or 32-bit, but I don't know exactly which one it is. What's this, 32-bit or 64-bit? But I'm glad it was pixelated, because it did allow them to give us a rather nice fight. I like the soundtrack as well. I like the design of the background, because yeah, they're both from the apocalyptic future, which is something that confused me about 1 Minute Melee. Like, why these two characters? You know, because I'm thinking telekinesis, they should have had Silver fight someone else. But then when they actually presented, like, you know, they're both time traveling from the future, I'm thinking, oh, that's what they meant. I sometimes forget that Silver is from an apocalyptic future. In fact, sometimes I forget Trunks is from an apocalyptic future. It's just that, you know, so much time passes sometimes that those easy to remember details escape their head for like a few minutes, and you're just sitting there like, wait, come back. Where are you going? So yeah, now it makes more sense why these two would be pitted against each other. But as I said, I like the background, the detail, the design. Makes me wonder, like do they just share the same universe and they decided to fight for some reason? Other than that, I have nothing to say. I mean, it was predictable, you can say, because if you already watched the 1 Minute Melee, one of the same fight, then you kind of already probably sat there assuming like Trunks is gonna win hands down. Even if you hadn't, most people will say DBZ should win easily over anything from the Sonic universe, and I would find it hard to disagree with them because, yeah, I mean they're both very different universes, so their power levels, the power between characters is gonna be vastly different from, each other. Uh, so yeah, it really is no contest. I suppose if maybe multiple characters from the Sonic universe played it smart and worked together, they could probably take down some of the characters from the Dragon Ball Z universe. But all in all, if it's a one-on-one battle, most likely they won't. But yeah. Yeah, a predictable battle, but an enjoyable one nonetheless. I'm glad I watched it, and it really just showed that DBX is learning. They're trying harder. They're improving their quality. They're really thinking their fights through. Because even though it is just throwing two characters in there and having them fight to the death, no real analysis, no real thought, no real discussion or anything like that, it's still fun. I think that's what DBX is going for. Like, yeah, we're not going into too much detail. We just want to create these quick, fun battles that we can produce, much more rapidly, and give us viewers content to watch. And I see nothing wrong with that. It gives us good fights. Every now and then there'll be a bad fight, obviously, but Death Battle has those too. Even with all of its analysis, there'll be battles that not everyone's satisfied with. So I don't blame DBX for having one or two bad battles. Just as long as they keep improving, they show signs of improving. That's all I really care about. So this was a good one. I had fun. So until the next DBX, I'm Tony Dragon. Thanks for watching. See you next time. Bye bye.